Have you seen that study? I spoke to you about it before, but that study that talking to your mates shoulder to shoulder instead of head on is way easier.
Hmm.
Yeah, so apparently, like the awkwardness, especially for blokes, the kind of situation where you're stood at a bar, like shoulder to shoulder, or just on a bench or something next to each other, it's way easier to be like vulnerable or honest when it's shoulder to shoulder, facing forward, rather than just face to face.
Do you think that means with strangers more than people?
It's a weird one, ain't it? Because you can. There's a weird tendency to be a bit more vulnerable with people you don't know, because they've got less on you, ain't they?
Yeah, there's no prejudice, no preconceived notions or anything, is
There's
there?
no preconceived, plus there's no lasting notion once the conversation's finished. If you're not ever going to see him again, but if I'm open and vulnerable to you, not you because you've never like held anything against someone, but someone I know that I'm going to be going forward with, it's like I don't want them to know that about me because that can just be brought up in the future. Then
Yeah, I've gone to therapy for a while, and obviously they want you to be open and honest, and I am, but obviously a lot of people that go there aren't, and like some people don't even know that they're in therapy and that they're going talking to them, and it's their way of getting shit off the chest. So they're always like very open to just be like, yeah, you can tell me, and it is easier to tell them because, like you said, it's a stranger. Like I'm happy to just say, yeah, I just feel
yeah,
this way, and like I'll say that anyway. But I can see why some people would be like, I don't really know this woman, so I can just tell her this. But with a mate, they might be like, ah, fucking fag, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like you might fucking cuss you for that. So
yeah. I think it's easier to tell like a medical professional as well. Like getting your dick out for a doctor or something. It's like it's just that's his job. He's paid to do it. So with a therapist as well, it's just they're not gonna fucking run and tell everyone and take the piss because they don't know them. Plus, they're just here to listen.
I do think about that. Like I spoke to you about it before when I had my throat surgery. That's just their day to day, man. Like, yep, yep, go have lunch now. And after lunch, oh, I gotta look at that dick, man. I can't be asked to look at that dick. You know, and
Yeah,
you just put things in your mind like, oh, I've got to do that after lunch. Imagine just being like, oh, I've got to look at a fucking warty dick at
yeah.
too, man.
I was thinking that like, oh, I got a dick. Oh, warty dick. God, man. What about Have you heard the Have you heard the notion of going to therapy just kind of perpetuates your issues as well, because you're just constantly bringing them up every week. It's harder to
Mm.
it's harder to forget about your issues because you're going to therapy once a week and just reminding yourself of all your issues and your problems. It's like you're keeping them in your mind constantly. You don't get a chance to forget them.
Yeah, I could see an argument for that. I think it depends on the person. I think there's some people, just from therapists telling me, obviously they haven't said like names because confidentiality and stuff, but they've said that there's people that are just so sheltered and things like that, that they're literally the only people that they can open up and sell that to. So some people, it's like the weight lifting off the chest. But if you're just a person like me who's very open and just says that stuff, then I can see an argument for if you just keep bringing it up, then it's at the forefront of your mind. So you're constantly feeling that way, or thinking about it. But I think I think therapy is good, but I do think that everyone should probably do it, but you'll get a different. Everyone will get something out of it that's different to other people. Like you might not get the same thing out of it that I do, but I think it is like a good thing.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's. I don't know. I think TV shows and stuff like that make it seem different to what it actually is. Like you might, like a psychologist and stuff. Obviously, you're lying in the chair and he's with a clipboard. Like, oh, what dreams you've been having? And like, I've never had that, but I've had like just normal chats with them, and then they'll just like, I don't know, even something simple. They'll just say something like, yeah, but what about this though? Like, how come you just said there that you did that, but why didn't you do the opposite thing? And I'm like, yeah, well, what the fuck don't I do the opposite thing? I was like, I guess I just don't think of it in the moment.
yeah,
And they say, well, next time you come to like a fork in the road mentally, like think of the other paths. And it's like, oh shit, yeah. And then that stays with you because then when you do get to like a thing in life, you're like, oh, this is what she was talking about, and you do keep it with you. So it is kind of like growing, but not not everyone. I think everyone needs therapy, but not everyone needs it for the same reasons. But I can see an argument for if you
yeah,
just keep bringing the same shit up, that it stays with you.
yeah. Because if you've had a good week and you've had some good distractions and fucking you've just had an escape from it, and then you get to this person again, they're like, "Oh, you're still fucking depressed," and you think, "Yeah, I am actually." But it's like when you're playing games, man. We've said before, you might play a game for 7, 8 hours and just forget everything. You're just in this new universe, and if you're having a proper stressful time, you just turn the game off and then it just all rushes back like, oh fuck, I got to pay for this bill, I got to get this job, and you forgot about it the whole time. But
Yeah.
I get it's kind of like that. If you're having a good time without those thoughts, this person's just there to bring them all up again. But at the same time, I do like getting stuff off my chest. Like if I just say to you, like, yeah, man, I got to pay this bill and like my job's on the rocks and I'm feeling a bit stressed. It's nice for us to just talk and be like, yeah, man, you'll sort it out. Fucking, I'm feeling the same thing, and then you do feel a bit of relief, like off your fucking chest. It feels a bit lighter.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, I can't imagine, because obviously, I don't know, there's, like I said, there's some people that just don't want to admit stuff. It's kind of a stigma, and is especially being a dude, like I said, like you'll have mates that will just cuss you for saying shit like that. But I don't know, I've always been under the impression that if you just say shit first, you're kind of bulletproof. Like, how
Get
can
it out,
someone
yeah,
bother if you don't give a shit?
yeah,
So, that's kind of something that I've never really thought of consciously. It's just how I've always sort of dealt with it. But I do kind of just what you touched on that. I do hear like mentally you shouldn't even like self-deprecate because it does fuck you a little bit. Like you shouldn't really.
yeah. Even as a joke.
Yeah, you should like big yourself up really and build your confidence that way. And there's probably something to that because you see like these people like Tyson Fury, Conor McGregor, who believe they're the fucking best and they just become the best. It's like
Yeah,
that confidence is strong in it. That belief, it does take you far, man, if you really buy into it. But I don't know if I can ever buy into it because in the back of my head, it's just like you're just saying this, you don't really mean it. You know what I mean? Like I don't
yeah.
really believe it.
There's that as well because you can in psychology and hypnotists as well. You can kind of suggest a trait for someone, and you can kind of lead them into it. So if I come up to you and say, "Oh, you're always fucking I don't know, you're always generous with this," like, and I can kind of set you up, and
Mm,
then like if it's like a sales pitch or whatever, like, "Oh, you're always generous with this," and I've noticed you're really confident, and like, how did you manage that? And then I'm leading you down a character path then, and I'm more likely to be able to get some money out of you, or like, give me some advice or something.
yeah.
But you see it with people as well. I've seen it in workplaces where there's been like a bit of a mouthy, like confident character, and then someone new's joined, and someone else has gone, "Oh, you don't want to mess with them. They're fucking, they'll bite your head off. They're dead, like confident." And then if they hear it, they kind of step up, like, "I need to prove myself now and live up
That's
to the
true.
character he's just built me as."
Yeah.
But like you say, you could maybe do that yourself, like over the years, because I was always chilled and fucking laid back. And you, to be fair, there's an example with you. I remember you saying once, like, "Oh, fucking, it takes a lot to get Ryan mad though. Like, you've really got to fucking push his buttons to get him mad. I've never really seen him get angry." And that made me kind of think, well, I am actually quite fucking chilled. Like, I don't get mad. And then I kind of played into it more because I'm like, oh, my reputation is the chill guy. Like, I want to be
Mm.
the chill guy. But you can lose your way as well and have to remember, like, oh man, I used to be the chill guy. Like, I want to get back to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard people say that about me. Like, Kyron says that about me. And because they've never seen me lose my temper. But to me, I feel someone who's constantly on the verge of fucking breaking and losing my shit. Like I feel like my natural state is pissed off and anger, and I have to just bring it down every day. Like I don't feel like I'm a person that is calm and zen. But people at work say it. Obviously, they don't know me because they only get a certain side of me. But yeah, none of my friends really have ever seen me like really angry. But I constantly feel like I'm at a state of angry. So it's
Yeah.
weird that it doesn't project that. But
I might have seen you flip once or twice over fucking 20 plus years. I
yeah,
mean, maybe once like proper, and then twice like a bit of a fucking angry. But I was saying to Amy a few weeks ago, like you had that drama a few weeks ago at your door, and you were saying like, "Yo, you need to get him out of here, man. I'm gonna fucking flip." I was saying to Amy like, I've seen him flip like once or twice, and when it goes, it fucking goes. But
yeah, I don't like it because I like to stay in it. It's a problem. Like I think I've got anger issues because once I hit like the boiling point, there's no talking me down. Because it's like I want to stay angry because it's like adrenaline and I want to stay in it. Like
yeah,
I don't want to find an excuse to calm down. Like oh, they've gone now or there's no threat anymore. You know, like I'm like it's like I want to fret again then because I want to keep feeling like this and
yeah,
it's like I don't even want to get to that level, man, because then the anger and fuel just feeds itself. Like, so I don't want to be that. So, but Yeah, I wouldn't ever consider myself like a calm and zen person, but people have said it to me, and I just think, man, you don't fucking know me then. But maybe it's just how it comes across. But inside, I'm always pissed off. Like if I'm out somewhere in public, I think that's pissing me off. That's fucking pissing me off. That's annoying. Why is he doing that? Like
Yeah.
I'm constantly livid.
I've always been, to kind of reflect on myself, I've always been in a situation where people have gone like, man, ain't that fucking pissed you off? And I'm just like, not really, no. Like, there's been stuff where, I've got fucking pulled over, or I've had a car impounded, or, shit like that. And people are just like, why are you so chilled though? I'm like, don't know, man. It's gonna be all right, eh? Like, it's not like
Yeah.
I've lost anybody, like a family member. You know what I mean? Then I'd be a bit pissed. But something like I've broke my phone, or fucking my PC's died, or something. It's like it's shit, but it's just I'll get it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish I had that more of that mentality. I just stress about fucking everything, man.
But I've just been there naturally. I haven't tried like, oh, I'm gonna stay calm. I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah, it's your
whatever.
personality. It's who you
Yeah,
are. Yeah, my personality has always been an anxious, neurotic knob, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I ever always used to be that way though. That's the thing. I don't know what was the turning point in my life that made me feel like, oh, I hate everything now. Like everything, like gives me anxiety and that.
I
So,
think you've just me thinking about you. I think you've always just been such a comfort zone person that just being out of it, you're always a little bit like something's gonna fucking pit, like somewhere's gonna do me in. Like I just want to get to my room and play games, or I just want to go skating, or I just want to be here. Like you've always had like hardcore comfort zones, and you've just always a little bit uncomfortable just outside of them. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm definitely an introvert. And speaking of which, if you are watching the video, because we are recording that, we're actually live in person in my living room, in my comfort zone, which we've not done one here before. But when we spoke about starting the podcast, this is what the intention was to sort of do more like this, man. To be fair,
Shout out to me on that fucking forum though, because
it does look good. To be fair to you,
an absolute ham hock that is.
it does look good. I've only a couple of weeks in, but I've got a decent shoulder and arm going at the minute though. Like I've got some stuff coming.
You got the mass, yeah.
I've got it fucking in the works.
I've got the skinny boy pump.
You can't tell your tattoo. Is that bother you a bit? You
No,
can't see definition much in the
usually
lines.
it looks more because have you ever seen them cars where they got like the white pattern all over them so you can't see what they look like?
Yeah,
It's a
there's a guy
prototype.
around the corner. I think he works at Land Rover, and it's like so you can't take pictures of
Yeah,
it
yeah,
because it's like prototypes and
yeah.
stuff, isn't it?
It's kind of like that. Like you can't quite tell if it's fucking massive or not.
Yeah,
That one's looking all right there.
it is. It looks good to be fair. But yeah, we just popped a mushroom like 20 minutes ago, and we just thought we'd go fucking live and just chat.
I'm
But
feeling good, but when we was on holiday last week, one of the kids was sick like for a couple of days. And you know that trigger where you think, am I getting sick? Like that, I was lying
every
in
day,
bed.
literally every day.
Yeah, we was lying in bed and they were in the other room, and he just like went, started being sick, and instantly my stomach was like, oh,
Oh no, me as well.
yeah, it felt a bit sick, and I had to just be like, nah, it's psychological. That's how I feel at the moment. Like I feel like I'm ready for something to kick in, but I'm also like worried it's gonna. But
Yeah,
I'm too conscious of it.
yeah. Me and Ryan have been planning this. I think on the last episode we said next episode is going to be this, what we're doing now. But literally before Ryan was about to leave this morning, I texted him and say, "Yo, man, I've got a migraine coming on. I've got sunglasses on indoors. If you're listening." Um, so yeah, it almost didn't happen, and I probably shouldn't have done it and took the plunge. But I thought, fuck it, man.
Yeah, we're on the mushies.
Yeah, so I'm
But
not. I don't think I'm feeling anything right now. I might just feel chill, but it might be because we're just chatting. You know what I mean? But
yeah, we've only just took it though.
yeah, like 20 minutes. So and we didn't take too big of a dose.
No, we had a decent big meal, Davey.
Yeah, so we'll see. But
Yeah, we're gonna do DMT on episode 50, are we?
oh man,
Just both in here flying about.
oh that would be so scary to see. Yeah, DMT. I like the idea of it. Like my mate Steph asked me yesterday because he was like, "Oh, you doing the mushrooms and recording the podcast tomorrow?" aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said like he was asking me how I feel about it, like am I nervous, am I anxious? And I said, "Oh, I'm actually quite looking forward to it, but I know with these things you have to go in with the right mindset or else it's bad." And like that's the thing where I send you. Like I don't think I'm ever in the right mindset. Like I'm always constantly thinking, "Oh, what about if that was bad? What about if I feel sick? What about like?" So I don't know if those sort of things are for me. And like apparently with DMT, it's that, but on a next level.
But at the same time, you can go in with those demons, and then while you're in there, just realise, man, that's all bollocks. Like I'm just carrying that around for nothing.
That is true. I have like taught myself off the ledge. Like I've never whited or anything on marijuana or anything, but I have had it where I'm like, oh fuck, I've took a bit too much and my chest feels like it's fucking fluttery, like the anxiety. And then like randomly at times I just hear myself being like, I take a deep breath and I think like, oh fuck, I'm like really high, and
Yeah.
then I'll panic a little bit internally, like, oh fuck, like what am I gonna do? And then I just think like, oh, I'll just chill with it. And then sometimes it is scary, like fuck, I shouldn't have took this much or whatever. But then when you come down to the sort of level that like you intended to be at, it's like nice when you get to that, 'cause it's like, oh, this is what I did it for. But it's like longer because
Yeah.
you've come down from that,
Yeah.
so it swings around a bit. So I can talk myself sort of off the ledge in a way, but yeah, it's still scary to just plunge into, especially DMT, man.
I think it's not knowing what to expect. Like I had some weed last night and I didn't really have any last week, so I've gone pretty much fucking 5 6 days without any. And I had probably a bit too much last night, but it's the fast heart rate for me because that's a state of panic anyway. So you think, fuck, I'm panicked, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I've smoked fucking thousands of times. Like I know what to expect. Like I know where this is going. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be chilled, and it did talk me down. But with something else like this, you don't actually know what your tolerance is, where you're going to get to, what you're expecting. You know
And
what
you
I mean?
might see some shit hallucinogenics. Like the fact that you're gonna see some stuff is scary, man. Because then it's like, what do you see?
Yeah,
But yeah, the idea of it sounds good to me because it's like enlightening and eye opening and stuff. Like people have those trips and it's literally changed them. And like I said, I'm like a neurotic and fucking anxious person, so I like the idea of going on some mad trip and on the other side of it come out and have like that's just a raise and have like a mad appreciation for stuff and be like, oh, I don't feel that way anymore. Or I am like a calm and zen person, and that can happen. So the idea of that is like, oh, that's appealing. Like, what about if it does sort of fix me in a way? But then on the other side, what about if it spirals me, man, and it just fucks me even more?
yeah.
And that could also happen. So it's, I don't know if it's a risk that one day I'm willing to take, but I think if I ever make it to like old age, and I mean like an old person type, man, give me heroin, give me everything at that point. I want to try everything at that. Like, what? Nothing to fucking lose then, is there? But
I think especially with DMT though, because that's already in your body, like it's already in your brain. It's cool that we've just got a drug that we can kind of up spike that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
if you could just, well, you can, but if you could just increase dopamine or increase cortisol just at the fucking with a hit or something, like DMT is already in you, man. You're just
yeah,
increasing the fucking dose.
yeah. It is because there's like obviously like Ozempic and stuff now, and it's almost like futuristic where you can almost like take a pill or an injection, and then you're like, oh, you're just skinny in like 2 weeks and stuff like that. Like, it is crazy to see that it is going that way, like medicine, which it makes sense really because it should, but it, it seems so futuristic and sci-fi, but it's here, it's now, man.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a fucking drug for everything, man. And to think that 100 years ago, like we're 32, we'd be dying in a couple of years or a few months. You know what I mean? And now there's people living to 100 plus, and you can just go from being fucking 20 stone to 10 stone in 6 months, like with a little fucking injection.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's when they start bringing. You want them to be like arthritis, like fucking undo arthritis, don't you? Or just fix cancer or fucking like bad joints or bad back or something. You know what I mean? Like fucking anti-scoliosis, man, just stretch fucking straighten someone out. But it probably will get there, and obviously just life extension drugs as well.
one to me, obviously I know they fixed it with like transplants, but one to me is like balding. The fact that that's not like fully really been fixed,
Yeah,
like just inject me with something and it just spikes whatever keeps follicles and hair growth from like dying, and just be like, oh, okay, oh, I'm going bald at 22. Oh, just take this, boom, come back next year, and it's like, oh, I've got full head of hair still.
yeah,
Like, I'm surprised that doesn't exist, but I think the problem is, and this is getting into like tinfoil hat thing, but on a business standpoint, it makes sense, is that it's doing someone out of fucking millions of pounds each year. Like the, for instance, like teeth. No matter how good your teeth are, when you get older, they're going to deteriorate and get worse. Therefore, you got to go to a dentist. If you just had a drug where you just inject yourself and then like you just teeth are perfect or you grow brand new teeth every time, what's the point in the dentist? And that's a multi, how many billion-dollar company that's just out. No one's going to roll over for that. So that's the problem with like innovation, that you can't do it too free because you're going
yeah.
to be doing someone out of big money and money talks.
It depends. It depends which way you fucking go as well. Like you could have Hollywood teeth, man, and they'd just be like, oh yeah, they're starting to get bad. I think you should get on this injection now,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? And they just start selling like that.
It's like Mark Cuban. I think he did a thing where, because drugs in America are obviously so expensive, and he did a thing where he like bought like a pharmacy company and then sold them for like really cheap, and that's what he does now. And it's like, man, it has to take like a billionaire to come in and do that because it's so fucking, money grabbing, especially in America when it comes to medical stuff. Obviously, we have our own issues over here, but we've got the NHS. But
Just
yeah,
think, oh man, like, because I think the fucking massive majority of just the way the world's going and what's being diagnosed is just for money through drugs. Like in America, man, I think if they do a fucking male to female, like fucking penis to vagina, like surgery, they get commission of like 18 grand or something,
damn.
like $18,000. So of course, if someone's coming in saying, I think I might want a pussy, like you're thinking 18 bags, you're like, yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely need one, man.
literally kicking them into the surgery
Yeah,
room.
like
Fucking get in there, son.
bro, I'll sort your pussy right now, man. I got
Yeah.
6 on the wall, bro. Pick one.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That it shouldn't be commissioned like that, really. But yeah,
But you would though, man. You know what I mean? Like if you worked at a fucking, I don't know, if you worked at a therapist's or something, and you knew you could get fucking a grand if you just prescribed them some drugs,
yeah,
and they were on the edge of it anyway, you'd just be like, that's my fucking grand. Like, even though you're in the human sector where you should be putting people's health first, you're also there for a job and money, man.
yeah, it is true. Right, let's get on to it then, man. The Boys finale.
Spoilers.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the Boys finale, fuck off. Go watch it. Come listen, or get spoiled. It's up to you. But
Spoiler. It's fucking shit.
we'll obviously get into some details. But just overall, how it ended. You pleased with it or no? No.
1 out of 10.
Oh, really? Okay, that's quite interesting. Me personally, I feel about it the same way I felt about Game of Thrones, in the fact that I didn't mind how certain things wrapped up. I just thought it was too rushed. I wish it was like fleshed out a couple more seasons to get to the end goals. But
Yeah.
the way it tied up certain stories, if you will, and whatever, I was actually okay with. But there's a few things that I saw in it that I was like, that don't make sense, or why is that there, whatever. But out of 10, 6, maybe 7, because I thought there was some good things in there. I was like, okay, I like that. There's some like emotional things in there, like some heartstring tugging sort of moments. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool moment and that. But there's some things where I'm like, I wish they did that better. But
I,
what was it for you where you was like, this is shit then?
so, like, major actual spoilers now. Like, Homelander's demise, man. Like, it was just so, like, undignified, but he just became a complete pussy. And I know his powers was his whole personality, but it's like, oh, I'll suck your dick, I'll eat shit, whatever. Like, it was so crap. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't think he was hated enough to give him, like, a sniveling death. You know what I mean? Like, Joffrey in Game of Thrones, where, like, you fucking hated him. So, like, watching him just slowly choke to death was satisfying. But I think a lot of people were on Homelander's side, so it weren't as satisfying to see him become a pussy. Like,
So I've seen that argument that I've seen it worded like, why did bro lose his aura when he lost his powers? And I think that's the point. And I actually like that because he's just a pussy. He's just super strong. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, that's the point. And I think people that are on Homelander's side, they shouldn't be. Like, he's a bad, evil motherfucker. Like, he was literally putting people in camps because they didn't believe in that he was God. Like,
it's true. But I think you've built the show to be like so fucking savage for all the seasons that you have a natural bit of, man, this is the boys, this could go anywhere. But like a 5 minute scrap with Butcher, like I wanted like a 20-minute fucking like Dragon Ball Z style smashing through buildings, big fight. But like just Butcher and Ryan hold him down. Like Soldier Boy, fucking Butcher and Huey with powers couldn't hold him down before. And then like
yeah, the power scaling in the show has been a big problem for me as well.
it's inconsistent.
Yeah, even with like, Kimiko, like in the season before, you literally lasered her in half, and now she's taking lasers and she's bouncing off the wall. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it makes no sense. So the power scaling, and another big problem that I had was whether deep died.
Yeah.
Like, what? That shouldn't kill him. He's like super strong. Like a thing could just burst through him.
True, yeah.
Like
Yeah, like a fish can just
yeah,
get
like
him,
I
yeah.
don't think it can.
Plus, I thought he would just go like back to the
Yeah,
shore.
he's not, and that's the thing that I kept saying as well. That he's not super quick in water, but
Yeah.
he's meant to be like the Aquaman. So either they just under promised on his sort of how strong and powerful he really was. But also speaking of which, fucking Black Noir's death meant nothing. That was shit as well.
Yeah,
He was just some random dude. Like, but he was bulletproof the season before. Then he just gets stabbed in the neck and he's dead.
yeah.
And
Plus,
that was it. I thought there might be something more, or like that maybe that's going into something else. But that's it. He's just dead.
and no Soldier Boy closeout.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well because they're doing that Vote Rising, so it's like a. That's the thing. They didn't really wrap it. They've just sort of made it so it's like, oh, there's more stuff coming, and it's
a
like
bit,
I don't like that. It's
it's
a
a bit
cop out.
cheap though, ain't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're ending a fucking how old's the show? 8 years old or something.
something like yeah, 5 seasons. So yeah,
And you're ending the show open, so I've got to watch the spin-offs now.
yeah,
Like,
it's annoying.
give me the fucking
Give me the payoff, and then like, oh, well, now there's more too.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I like that Homelander was humiliated because he needed it. He was a prick, and he needed to feel that powerlessness, like he's with everyone else.
that's what I mean, though, man. Like I don't hate him enough to want to see him like snivelly.
But you should.
I know, but they made him kind of likable, man.
But they didn't. What was likeable about him?
Ah, but the last season, he becomes kind of dumb down in the last season. He ain't like he ain't his usual fucking like sharp, like tense self.
What I saw, because I saw loads of people posting stuff from the first series, and the first series looks visually so good, like the color grading and stuff. Like it looks like a proper lived-in world, like they're in the city and stuff like that. But what I will say is that Homeland in the early seasons, it kind of looks like a superhero that's just been on the job too long. He's like calloused. Like that one scene where him and Queen Maeve, there's like a shoot in the building, and then he's like, he just punches him in the chest over, and he's like, you know what you gotta do, and he like shoots and says, oh, he came at us first, and it's like, like he's been on the job too long.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
he don't give a fuck anymore. And I like that aspect of it. Like there's maybe some good in there, and he might save someone, but then now and again he might be like, fuck off. But yeah, then eventually he obviously just became nuts. But I think that's also the point that he just becomes fucking mental because he does in the comics.
I think it just happened too quick,
That's what I'm saying. I like how it wraps up. I just feel like it needed time to breathe.
and then just Butcher dying as well.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it would be Huey as well because that's what happens in the comics. Not so much like that. That bothered me as well with Butcher because like at one point he put the soup fucking disease, and he was like, he just fucked off. Well, Huey and I got, by the way, Butcher's fucked off, everyone. He just went.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, why wouldn't he tell anyone? He turns up, he's on the top tower of Vought.
Just gets in there quick.
Yeah, just gets in.
Yeah, both of them.
No one's there, and he says, yeah, I'm going to turn the sprinklers on. How did he get to the sprinkler system as well?
Yeah,
He was right behind him.
Couldn't set a fire to set the sprinklers off. I
Yeah.
had to get a remote. Like.
Yeah, so he did that, and then he said, yeah, I'm going to turn it on and kill all the cunts on every 99 floor when they start work in the morning. So there's no security, nothing, you can just walk in. And the same thing with the White House, they could just get in.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that bothered me, like the convenience of it.
But what done my head in as well is it meant to be, how is it meant to be spread? Is it like a big gas that goes over the world? Does soup spread it to other soups? Because 1 minute, like, if I drop this, it's going to kill every soup on the planet. But then the next episode, it's like, oh, just a bit of tarp and some sellotape. We'll hold it all in this room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The scaling for stuff, I think, was all over the place. Which is tough to do when you're talking about like superheroes and that, because even it happens in like Marvel and stuff. But like when Spider-Man punches someone and sends them flying, like you could say, yeah, he pulled his punch, but the motherfucker can stop a car, that person's dead. You know what I mean? Really, like you can't power scale it perfectly because it's obviously unrealistic stuff. But have some more continuity. But
I honestly wanted and thought it was possible. Just like the last scene is just fucking like Homelander, like hovering above Earth, and just everyone's fucking dead on it.
that was the poster for the season. Like, people said it was like misleading. He's like looking at Earth, like with his arms folded, and like nukes are going off, whatever.
Plus the fucking when he like goes to laser him, and then he goes to fly off, and he's like going, and you're like, man, come on, man, like.
But that's him though. Like
I know
he's a pussy.
At least it could have been better where he don't realise his powers are gone, and he like goes in for a scrap and then gets really hurt, and he's like, oh shit, like a sudden realisation, not just. It became a bit too comedic, man. I think the last half of the last season become a bit too like just jokes here and there. Like when they were all walking off, and she like goes left, and they're all walking. It's like it ain't a jokey show usually.
Yeah, well, it is, but you got to inject it at the right points. There's got to be time for seriousness. And even like that old father dying with that ball gang and stuff, I thought like that's convenient because when Huey was like, and Mother's Milk was like, yeah,
Where did it come from?
we'll take them this way. And I thought like, how are they going to beat him? None of them are superpowered. And then there's like, oh, well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
It's just,
So
yeah.
where was he? Where did come from with that ball gag?
Yeah, exactly.
Was
Yeah,
he running around and just thought, oh, I'll just grab that?
yeah. I don't even like that Kimiko got that Soldier Boy blast either. I don't really like that story. Like, I like the idea that she was like a big part of the show, or whatever. But yeah, I don't like that she got that power and that's how they ended it. Like, I would have much preferred a full-on scrap, kind of like that fight where, like you said, Soldier Boy Huey and
Yeah.
it should have been more like that. Maybe that should have been the end of the show. Like, they
That's
actually
fair.
blast him and then you say "fuck you," and then yeah, I don't know.
But it's also a bit of a typical. We've killed the fucking the bad guy, but the good guy has to die. Like Butcher has to die as well. It can't just be one ended. Like yeah, we won. It has to be a typical like oh.
But I think that's the thing that's unique with the show, really, is that, and even that writing says it, no one in the show's a good guy. Huey is probably the most gooder person there, but he's done fucked up stuff. He's not necessarily a good person. He killed that translucent and he's done fucked up shit. Like, no one in the show is good, really.
I said it to Amy at the end, like they're all just chilling there and like no charges, no fucking you've killed 1,000 people, like no prison time.
And I thought it was convenient as well, where like he's walking to like his shop, or whatever, and then they're like, "Yeah, you want this job?"
Yeah,
For the president, just calling him randomly, and he's like,
cuts
"Oh,
him
you're
off.
right, Mr. President."
Yeah, and he cuts him off as well. Like fuck yeah.
Yeah, just to start like a radio.
My genuine favourite bit of the ending is just Sister Sage's ending. She just becomes dumb and like fucks off. I
Yeah.
like that bit because she wanted that freedom through the whole show.
Yeah,
to
she was
not be smart.
lobotomizing herself, wasn't she, to just be dumb.
Yeah, I liked her ending.
Yeah, fucked off the Harry Potter world, and that's it. That's her ending.
Yeah, I don't even like pregnant Starlight just going out and doing odd jobs.
How about
like,
calling the baby Robin?
that was just cheap.
I did like it. I knew Butcher was going to die, because in the comics, Butcher kills everyone.
I like the bitch though. She'd be like, you ain't naming her after your fucking ex or in a bit.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like Butcher kills everyone, and he kills Frenchie, he kills MM. He might even kill Kimiko, and then Huey puts a stop to him because he was going to kill Huey, and then he looks at Huey and then sees like Lenny again, and then he realizes like, oh, I need to fucking die. I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
And he knows Huey's not going to do it, so he starts telling Huey that he's the one that actually killed his parents and stuff to get Huey to just fucking flip out and him shoot him and that. So I knew there was going to do some iteration of that in the comics. I knew Butcher was going to die. I don't think it'd be Huey that would do it, but I thought maybe more of them might die, like that episode where Frenchie died. I thought Mother's Milk might die in that episode too, because I think the episode was called like The Frenchman, Mother's Milk, and something, and the girl or something. I thought, they might die. And he almost looked like he did when he was in that movie theatre. I thought, oh, we might get fucked here by those that cat girl or whatever. But
Frenchie's been the most valuable character in the whole show.
I really liked Frenchie. Yeah, a lot of people hate him in real life because he's like an Israel. He's not actually French,
I saw that, yeah.
And he's like a Zionist and shit apparently. But
I think he's kidnapped a few underage girls, but
yeah,
he plays a good role, doesn't
he? Yeah, he ain't. I've seen that him and that the one that plays Kimiko, that Karen, they've both got like matching tattoos that said Moncur as well.
I saw that, yeah.
And I saw a lot of people on her Instagram, because I follow her. All the comments like, I have to unfollow you now because you got matching tattoos as a Zionist. I thought, fuck off, man.
God.
Can't you just be a fan of someone? We gotta bring politics into it, man.
I will say that ending, unlike Game of Thrones, that ending has made it so I probably won't watch it again. Because I know, with Game of Thrones, like people said, I can never watch it again because I won't watch the end season. It ain't like that for me with Game of Thrones, but it is with this. I know that ending.
I know what you're gonna say because I feel the same way about Star Wars. So when you see like season 2 Homelander and he's like, oh, what's he gonna do? Where's he gonna be? You know what it ends up like.
Yeah.
You know where it wraps. It's so with me with Star Wars. I think when they do prequels or things of Star Wars, that the sequels are like in the timeline the most common and recent thing. So when they do shows just before that, you can't watch them because you're like, oh no, it ends up shit. I know it ends up there, and it ruins my enjoyment because I'm like, because even if it is good, it's worse. I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh, but it ends up shit.
You can't believe they fucked it though. Like season 1, 2, 3, you can't believe that they would end that crap.
I don't. The problem is, I'm glad they ended it at season 5 because, like, things can outstay the welcome. they can go on too long. But I do think I don't know how they could wrap that show up because they deviated from the comics, which that's controversial. I liked the twist and everything in there. People didn't, so I don't think they could have wrapped up in any way that would satisfy everyone. I do think it could have been better, but I don't know how they could have. They could have done it. I think it should. I think I've read it, but I don't know how true it is. But I think it should have been like a video game where there are two sort of endings. You make your own up where Homelander does win, and then
That's
that
what it felt
ending.
like. It felt like the shit end of an alternative ending.
Yeah, I think I did read. I don't know how true it was though that like they did film it anyway, Homelander one, so maybe that'll be released. But I don't know how that'll play into the continuity of like the spin-offs that they're doing and that. But even that, like I watched the first season of Gen V and watched season 2, and those people that were in it, that Marie, the black girl in it, whatever. She's like just as powerful as Homelander. She can revive people and shit, and they were just like get in the van and get to Canada. They did fuck all with them.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna play a pivotal role, or like maybe take his powers because the whole V1 thing meant fuck all as well. The episode before.
Yeah. I do think Homelander felt a bit weak too at the end. Like I thought he was on a Superman level, you know what I mean? Like he could just walk through shit
Yeah,
and then when he's flying across the room, like a few episodes ago, he's flying as fast as A Train, which obviously means he's got super fast reactions as well. Because when he even went up to French, he like fucking, and then when they're in that little White House room and he's just going across the room, it's like man, he could just go and fuck him up, but he's just going.
yeah, yeah. The power scaling has definitely been one of the biggest issues for me. Just how quickly people just died. Like I said, like Black Noir, like, that made no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, why bring him back at all?
Yeah, the Deep, that made no sense to me. Like I didn't. The Deep for me, I didn't care really about him. Like he was there, he was okay. I didn't care if he died or if he lived. Really.
I never do, because all the way through the show, I'm like, God's sake, man, this guy on screen again. But I kind of wanted him to be vindicated, like badass at the end.
Yeah, I wanted him to like turn it because obviously Homelander was like the only reason I didn't kill you, and he was like fuck off, Kevin, and like I wanted him to be like right, I'm never changed mine, and then like be one of the guys that fuck him, and batter him, and
Yeah,
like kill him, and be like yeah, fuck you, and I wanted the kind of that from him, but he's too much of like a jokey character, man. He was never gonna get it because again, he's not a good person. Like he sexually assaulted Starlight in the seven. Like none of them are good people. None of them are good
yeah.
people. Like that's the point, but. I think my favourite character now it's ended from start to end is Mother's Milk. I think
Mm,
loved him. What a guy.
true.
And how do you feel about him adopting Ryan at the end as well? That was weird. I thought.
Yeah, did they ever get along?
And I also read like how did his powers get taken away because he was a natural born soup, so he didn't actually have any V1 technically in him. So she shouldn't have been able to take his powers. But then there's rumours that he technically still have his powers, but because he never says he doesn't. Butcher says he like, oh, we're just normal now. We can go and live a normal life,
Yeah,
and he just says, I don't want to live for you, basically. So he might still be a soup, but it never shows you that either, whether he is or he
very,
ain't.
very like loose ends, weren't they, man?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's because there's spin-off shit to come. But it's fucking annoying though. Wrap it up properly. Like
Yeah,
don't wait for the like, part two on Vought Rise or whatever. And
like
Soldier Boy not to be in it.
it's just
One of
in
the
the
biggest
fridge,
things. Yeah,
just
it's
in the
so
fridge.
anticlimactic that is.
Yeah,
But yeah, it is a shame that it weren't wrapped up as much as because that shot it's the best show on TV for a long time, isn't it? To be fair, like I think
yeah,
millions fucking love it as well.
yeah, because it's fairly young in it compared to a lot of bright like blockbuster shit like Game of Thrones and stuff's way older than it now.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is old now, considering it. To be fair, like when was that? Like 20 years
It's
ago when it
15
first
years.
started.
15.
Jeez. Yeah, I wonder
But
what the next big show is.
yeah, because everybody knows the staples, don't they? Like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones.
But you never expect another one like Breaking Bad's finished. You're like, oh man, like I'll always love Breaking Bad, and I still do. But you never think something else is gonna come out and like with that same enjoyment, but something does eventually. So I wonder what it is. But superhero stuff ticks the boxes for me, so it was an easy one. I remember for months saying like, man, you gotta watch The Boys, man, you gotta
Yeah.
watch it.
You sold it me when you said it's kind of like anti-hero. They're all just corrupt bastards.
Yeah, it's all
Then,
shit's company and the
so I remember
twats.
saying to you, like, I don't want to watch like people flying around and saving people and that.
I said, nah, man, it's like superheroes. You have to be like real life, like just twats and doing drugs and orgies and stuff.
What have you got a number one favorite fucking TV show, or maybe top three or something, top two? Because it's hard to pin a one at.
I think The Boys is in there It's like the majority of it. Ending, let it down a little bit overall, but it's still up there. And I remember like that feeling of, oh my god, next week and stuff like that. That it's in top three. Don't know where it places. I don't know if I could place 1, 2, and 3. It's up there. Breaking Bad's up there. Maybe, which is weird because I know again because I've read now the comics and it ends kind of shit. But just going off the TV show is that Solo Leveling anime, man. It's fucking incredible.
Mm.
I don't think there's an anime as good as it. Honestly, if you're into scrapping and like video game stuff, Solo Leveling is top tier fucking action, man.
When I think of shows, obviously it's enjoyment, but I also like to think of what's a show where I've been watching it for the first time and like my heart's fucking pounding during a scene and I'm like locked into the fucking screen. It's Game of Thrones and Better Call Saul for me, man. Like that kind of stuff. Better
Yeah.
Call Saul, you've never watched it, but
No.
it's got some moments like late seasons where your fucking heart's just going, man. You're like, fuck, this is so intense. Like, what the fuck's
Yeah,
gonna
I've
happen?
seen reels and clips on Instagram and stuff, but I've never sat down and watched it. But Breaking Bad had that for me for sure. Especially that scene. I saw it the other day as well on my reel where Hank's at like the trailer and they're inside.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, there's bullet holes here, and he knows where to rip it off. And he's like, what's like telling him, how do you know that's there? And the guys there saying, man, you got a permit for this. And when I first saw that, I was like, fuck, he's gonna catch him there. And then like, I remember seeing that. And even just, I think if a show can make you feel like an emotion, it's doing its job. And just
Yeah.
that part with like Hank in the desert at the end and that, it's like, oh man. And even like before that, when that kid sees him like doing that train robbery shit and that fucking geezer shoots him, I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, like
Yeah.
there's no coming back from that. That's it. Like it's going down now.
And especially if you watch it multiple times, like when Hank's just lying on the floor, like, oh, he's already made his mind up. Even if you're watching it on your 5th playthrough, like your brain's still thinking, yo, just get out of there, like do something, get out, man. You know the ending, but you're still in your brain, are like, get out of there, man.
Yeah, the only thing of that I didn't like is the Gus Fring death, man. How he walked out. It's kind of cheesy, isn't it? Like it's kind of badass. The more I've watched it, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But when I first watched it, I was like, no fucking way he lived.
Yeah, because I did, man. I watched it, and the show has been fucking realistic all the way through, and I just went, fuck off, and then I went, oh shit. But like,
Yeah.
I think if an explosion can blow a door off, you probably shouldn't survive it, should you?
No, you should just be like on the ground, fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only part of it where I was like, that's a bit fucking cheesy, whatever.
What show do you think has fumbled the hardest? Where you just like season 1, 2, you're like, oh, this is fucking mint, and then
Good question.
the ending of season 2, Last of Us. Well, I was pissed off.
Yeah,
I was like ranting for like an hour.
but you didn't play the game, did you? So that's like what kind of happens in the game.
I didn't
isn't
finish it, nah, but I literally thought that show would be like season 1, 2, wrap it, because season 1's good, man. And then season 2 ended on a cliffhanger, and I was like, fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, Game of Thrones was pretty disappointing, especially how good that fucking show is a season in.
Could have been better.
What
like, or something you just stopped watching? Like, I was quite into that Umbrella Academy.
That was one I was going to bring up. Apparently, that last season that is trash. I've not seen it myself, but yeah, I haven't watched the last season of that. A little bit for me as well, which maybe if I watched the last season because I didn't get to it, I might be like, oh, actually, it was okay. But Cobra Kai as well. I fucking love Cobra Kai, and I
You
didn't watch
the last season?
No, but like I was watching the season before it, just before it came out to get ready for it. I think something else come out that I prioritised over it, and I was like, oh, I actually do like this, even though it's cheesy. So like, if I watch it, I probably would still enjoy it 'cause it's still a fun show. But
I think
I used to be like, oh, a new season, and I'd binge it that day. But it could just be me just being older rather than the show declining in quality.
But again, man, like first 2 seasons so good, and then I don't know what season they're on now, but I think
I think they ended it at 5.
I think I watched an episode and a half of the last season, and I was like, I can't watch this.
Thing is, what's ironic about that is the first 2 seasons that you said is good were actually made by like YouTube. That's when they were doing that YouTube Red thing because it was a YouTube series at first, wasn't it? And Netflix bought it out.
But just John Kreese, man, just keeps going back. You're like, bro.
I know he's harder than Homelander. Fucking cunt. 70 years old, can barely even smoke a cigar, man. But
Yeah.
he would fuck William Butcher up, man.
Fucking hell. He can't even get out of his chair in the show.
Oh no.
And then sometimes he's like
Fucking spinning back, kicking fucking armies.
with the shittest body double ever. Man.
I know, but that's what you love about it, because 80s cheese, alright, man. But yeah, that's also another thing that annoyed me about Homelander's death, going back to it, is that he stuck the fucking crowbar in his head and then he went, and his head just exploded. Like, no wonder that, he would just go forever in his head.
Yeah.
Like, why did his head explode and his brain
Peeled his
come
cap
over?
off. And
Yeah.
also, I know Huey's a pussy, but did you get a little inkling that Butcher still had his powers? Because Huey was hitting him and he was just going, like he was just tanking him. Obviously, Butcher's hard.
Yeah, I think
Huey's a
I
pussy,
think it's meant to convey more that, like, Butcher could just fuck him off if he really wanted to, but he's
Yeah.
holding back. Yeah, it is a shame, but I'll still watch that Vote Rising. There was a trailer for it. Did I send you the trailer for it the other day?
That's killed me, that is.
What?
Fucking John Chris. They just get him in, just merge the shows. Just comes in like, do.
Hello, cunts, and he just comes in.
Hey,
Smoking. Yeah.
fucking strike first. What did you ask me then? Vote Rising?
Yeah, did I send you the trailer for it?
No.
Yeah, there was a trailer for it yesterday, I think, released, and it's like Soldier Boy back in the day. And that Stormfront's also in it.
I'd like that because I was really interested in Soldier Boy's like pre-story.
Yeah, it's all about that in the 40s. It
But he could
looks pretty
still-
good.
He could still die or have an ending in the modern day show.
But I've read, well, Corin told me, and then when I saw that Soldier Boy wasn't going to be in the last episode, Corin was like, oh, I think there's actually credit to this now, because he saw that it's going to be like in the past, but it's also going to be like it's going to be like a sequel technically of Soldier Boy, but the past stuff's going to be like flashbacks maybe.
But is he gonna? Because he's still alive, so they've got to bring him to modern day, and
Yeah.
he must just get unfrozen and just be like, oh, Homelander's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be like, oh, they kill my son and then take the fucking reins of it, because he just don't give a fuck in the end, did he really?
Nah.
What I wanted actually on that, because he kept talking about like, oh, this is what Clara would have wanted and all that type of stuff, yeah, and like she really loved you and stuff, and obviously like he melted her and pretty much raped her.
Yeah.
I wanted her to sort of like be alive still, and he find her and like vote and be like, what the fuck? And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, Homelander's been keeping me, and then he fucks him up. And I was like, man, like, what was the point in all that? But again, is that something that's like coming soon? Because then it fucked her.
I don't know if you explicitly saw her die on screen, did you?
That's what I'm saying. So I expected maybe her to come back, because they kept, like, even him giving the V1, it's like, oh, this is what Clara would have wanted, so I'm going to give you this because she loved you. And I was like, okay. So I was hoping you get a twist where it was like, oh,
Yeah.
he was just a dickhead.
It's a bit hard to it's hard to imagine him caring that much for her, but I guess in his timeline, he knew her like
Yeah, it's like
couple
Peggy,
months
it's like
ago.
Peggy Carter and.
But he
Captain
knew her
America.
a couple months ago, because he's been frozen.
Yeah.
So it ain't like it was actually fucking 70 years ago and he still loves her. It's like, it's a few days ago for him because he's
Yeah.
been froze.
Yeah, it's still new. Yeah, he still loves the woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that Vote Rising because it looks alright, and it's just I do like, you know, the boys universe and that. But
I'll watch it to hopefully vindicate the show a little bit.
yeah,
Because you want to carry on with the universe, do you? But like I say, it was due to end, but just better than that, man.
yeah, I saw an interview with that Jensen Ackles, and he's too good looking as a man. His hair's too perfect.
I like him.
And they said like, how do you feel about the ending? And he was like, man, he was like, I was on Supernatural. They did like 22 seasons. He was like, I want a season 6, 7, 8. He was like, why are we wrapping it at 5? Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, like he wants to fucking keep it going, but obviously he's getting the spin-offs and that. But I think he wants more boys as well, man. Like he wants more of
Yeah.
the gang. And plus, I see like bloopers and behind the scenes footage and that type of stuff, and it looks like it's a fun job to work with all them and have a laugh. Like it looks fun. So like
Yeah.
to just be like, yeah, we ain't doing this anymore. It's probably he's like, fuck, like I missed that.
Yeah.
Because just imagine like in the life of an actor though, like you do your day to day. It's like, oh, by the way, in 6 months' time, you're going to be spending 6 months with these people for 6 months and doing this. It's like, oh, and then when you go back to your normal life, you probably are like, oh, I missed doing that 6 months ago a little bit.
Of course, yeah. Like, especially being able to be someone else as well, and like being a badass and getting to wear armor and fucking muscle suits and that.
Yeah.
Like, you are cool.
You feeling any effects of the mushrooms?
I think I'm feeling a bit more giggly.
I was feeling something just like it just felt like I was feeling like tingly.
Yeah, my fingers were a bit tingly. Just.
Yeah, like kind of like pins and needly,
Yeah, yeah,
but not quite. Like my hands kind of feel like kind of like if I've sat on them.
yeah, a bit tingly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I had the same.
but yeah, I feel quite nice on it. But yeah, that's the boys wrap up. What else is there? Well, because we usually speak quite a bit in the week, but we haven't really spoke much this week because you've been away, ain't you, to
Yeah.
be fair.
To be fair, I was on like day 4, and I was just because all of Amy's family were there and the brothers and everything. I have a good laugh with them. I could feel the humour. I was on a different level of humour. I said to Amy, I was like, man, this is that. I ain't spoke to Dan for ages, like on voice, because we speak fucking so many hours during the week. I was like, it feels weird I ain't spoke to him. Like I ain't had a solid back and forth humour wise. Like I missed you a bit, like just the humour and the joking. Like yeah, it was weird to not speak to you for just a week, man.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely if I don't even like come on, if I do things where I'm just too tired or I'm just not feeling being social and I just sit and just chill with Stacey. Obviously, like you have a laugh with your girlfriends and your wife and all that type of stuff, but it is a different level than being with your boys in it. So like, if there's a couple of days with there that you do like, I miss a bit of fucking ball
Yeah,
busting a little bit,
yeah,
and we do ball bust each other quite a bit. To be fair, like she's kind of like one of the lads that she gets me some zinger sometimes, and I'm like crying laughing. I was like, man, that's so good that you've
yeah,
said that.
yeah,
But she'll say it sometimes, and I'll see her reaction to be like, oh fuck, you might take that badly because you like, it's like a poker keep poking her, and then I get her to fucking get me, and then like she's realised that like she's snapped in a way and got me with a zinger, but that's what I'm after.
yeah,
So she'll look at me and be like, "Oh, I've just said that to him," but I'm just like on my belly laughing, man.
yeah.
Like I like it. So she's good at ball busting, but it's different with your boys, are you?
Especially us because we've got like fucking I don't know 23 years or something of I know exactly what buttons to push to make you laugh, or I know exactly what to say, or you know what I mean. We're so conditioned on each other's triggers of comedy that it's just easy,
Yeah.
and our fucking like sense of humour is just morphed into one. So it's like a seamless fucking back and forth because the chemistry's there right after so long.
No, let me ask you this. Thought about this in a week because I was listening to the podcast, and he said that he went and did it, and I thought you're moving. So let me ask you if you one you'd ever do it, and two how you'd react if it happened to you. So how would you feel if you then buy this house that you're buying, and because it's an older house, that someone just knocks on your door and says, "Man, I lived there like 20 years ago. Am I okay to just come in and look around?"
Yeah, for sure.
And people do that shit, though, don't they? Like,
Yeah,
would you let him do it?
yeah.
I don't know if I would, man.
Like if you were fucking born here and you lived here till like 15 or something, like yeah, man, come in. Like,
Ah, fuck you.
nah.
Fuck you, man. What you need to come in my house for?
It's cool though. I'd like to go and do it on fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would you also do that? Like, could you go back to like your childhood house, like when we grew up, like back around there? Would you go? Would you ever be tempted to be like, "Can I just come in for 5 minutes? Because I grew up here."
I don't know if I'd care enough because I can just remember what the house looks like anyway.
But you understand that it might mean a lot for someone, so you'd allow them to
Yeah,
do it.
like before, I feel a few years ago when I went to Cornwall and I saw my old car that I had for 9 years, and he let me drive it, and I
Mm.
was like, "Fuck yeah, let me drive it!" Like, it
Okay,
brought
man.
back some memories, man. It felt nice, but
No, because I don't know you. Just because you lived here, that means fuck all to me, though. You know what I mean? I don't know you. You could
yeah.
just come in and just beat me up or
Right
rob
to
my
just take a
shit.
few pictures on that, scan the
Yeah,
walls.
yeah. Like he was on about that. You know, lives in like Jersey, and he had like an apartment in New York, and he just went past, and he was like, ah, and because he said he was like torn between like moving back to the city and that type of stuff, and he was like, I don't know if like suburban life's for me. So he said he had to just go into the house and like really get appreciated. Nah, like I've actually leveled up, you know what I mean? Like this was good for the time when I lived here, but my life is actually better now. And he said he needed that perspective. But I just thought, as a person, if you knocked on my door and said, "Can I just come in?" Because I used to live here, I'd be like, "Fuck off, no." Like,
Yeah.
like
Have
how
you
do
got,
I know as
yeah.
well? Prove it. Show
Have you
me
got
old
your
bills.
papers? Yeah. Have you got a 20-year-old utility bill?
Yeah, I don't know it either. But like that could just work. Like I could just be like, "Oh, I need to get into that house. Let me just say I used to live there."
It
But
scares me, man, with people like a fake British gas badge or something that just fucking break into old ladies' houses, man.
yeah,
That you can't even answer the door to someone that's fully badged up. I
yeah,
said to Amy, man, fucking, because someone knocked our door before, like, we'd only been there a couple of years, but they were saying they're from Virgin Media or something. And she looked through the people and she wouldn't open the door. And I said to her, like, if that happens again, just don't open the door, man. Because if,
yeah.
I think they said, like, oh, is your husband home or whatever? And she was like, yeah, he's back any second now. But I weren't. I was at work.
Yeah, that's good.
But
That's
it's
quick thinking
it's
of
a
her.
weird question, eh?
That is weird.
Like, oh, is the man of the house here?
Yeah,
Like,
one that's either like sexist. It's like, come on,
yeah.
we ain't talking to you about the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like we need to
Yeah.
know man stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Or
either
it's
way,
like, is there someone in there that can
that's
fight
can
me?
yeah, that can tap me out. Yeah, it is weird. And I remember I was living with my friend Joe, and he lives in like a masonette, like an apartment building. And he was at work, and I worked from home, and there was a knock on the door, and I opened it, went hello, and it was some dude in like a sort of high-vis jacket with like a lanyard on and everything. And he was like, "Oh, you're right, mate. Can I just come in and check like the smoke alarms and everything? Like it's like building policy. I've had to go around." And I said, "You got any ID?" He said, "Oh, I've got this." He said, "Just to say I work for." And I said, "Oh, I can't let you in, man." I was like, "You could just be anyone." He said, "I understand your concern, but we need to check the fire alarms." Like, and then I said, he owns the building." I was like, "This is his. Like, he ain't like council, whatever these are. Like, he's
Yeah.
the owner." And he was like, "Yeah, but it's part of the building. It's like insurance and everything. We need to see if like it's all in working order. Because if he's flat, I get it. Like if his flat goes on fire, it still fucks everyone else's in the building.
Yeah.
So I get it, bro. It's like I just can't let you in." And he was like kind of adamant, like kind of pushing me. I was like, "Bro," I said, "Fuck off," like
Yeah.
basically. And I basically had to like shut the door in his face a bit. And then I text Joe, and he was like, "Nah, fuck him." He was like, "I own the place at the end of the day. If my flat burns, it's on me," type of thing. But he was like almost kind of like trying to get in his way in there. I was like, "What are you trying to get in the flat for, man? Like, go away."
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, he was. And I was like, well, people just let him in just because he's got that high vis and the thing. But I was like, that ain't enough for me, man.
No, fucking Home Alone 1, man, where he's like dressed up as a copper. Like,
Corin told me yesterday, he said that Home Alone thing, he said, many people don't know that's the same burglar that comes back later in the movie. I said, who the fuck doesn't know? And he said, loads of people. And then Joel was like, is it you? Did you not realise? And he was like, no, apparently like it's a big thing online that many people don't realise that he's the same Robert that comes back later. I was like, it's literally setting up. He's asking loads of questions like,
Yeah, like,
going away, are you?
yeah, you're going to be away for 10 days.
Yeah. And then he gets back in the van and they talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't know that? Fucking
Fucking-
idiots. This is like we said earlier, man. This is why I don't like going outside.
Yeah, like, oh, that's a nice copper. How the fuck do they know they're going to be hold it to?
Yeah. Who doesn't know that? But yeah, I wouldn't let someone just come into my house because they said they used to live here. Like, so what, bro? You remember what it was like? But what's changed? Just
Yeah.
my layout, my TV's there instead of there. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like, fucking hell. Where'd you keep your money, man? I used to keep it under the bed.
Yeah.
Got any nice cars in the garage?
If it was like maybe a family, like if it was just a dude on his own, I'd be like, nah. But if it was like, like a mom, a dad, and 2 kids, or whatever, like, can we just quickly check your garden out? Because we used to live here, we used to play it. Like, I might be like, yeah, maybe. Or I'd just like go around the back and have a look, just peek over the fence.
Yeah. Here's some pictures.
Yeah, hold on, let me get my phone, go out, take a couple pictures. Yeah, it looks like that now.
I like it when you see fucking someone's renovating, pull up the carpet or something, and it's got like fucking Danny lived here like 1973 or something. Like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, a bit of history in the house.
Yeah.
Like in America when they have like the grow lines on the doorways and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Like, we've still got that fucking packing peanut on the wall. You remember at mine?
I don't.
Like above my doorway, the main fucking living room doorway is just a packing peanut stuck to the wall.
Why?
Because we had some at the once when we just moved in. We might have been there 6 months. And Amy ordered some online. And she was like, oh, I saw this thing that if you lick a packing peanut, it'll just stick to any surface.
And it's said there since from
And
one
she
lick.
just went, yeah, and put it there. And it's just been there like 7 years.
Man, even that structural integrity is harder than fucking Homelander.
Yeah.
That fucking packing peanut butter, fucking crease limited.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just still there after like 6, 7
You don't have
years.
to like re-lick it and stick it back on.
No, never.
That's crazy.
Still there. And like, because our Ethernet cables go over the top of the door and sometimes they flop down. And we'll reorganise and be like, well, don't knock the fucking peanut. Like,
So is that going to be like a thing when you move out that you're going to like tap that down and be like quite emotional?
I said to her, like, do we take it with us or just fucking leave it there for random for the next person?
Because I'd be like, what the fuck's that up there for?
They'll just take it off, yeah.
Yeah, it means nothing to them.
But at the same time, it's just gone then, eh? Like, you can stop thinking about it then.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, because then there ain't like an emotional sort of like, oh, we've got to take this down. This is the end of an era. It's like, oh, yeah, that was a thing that we did years ago.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the ending of like a sitcom. Like the end of Friends with the door shut or something, you know
Or
what
where
I
they
mean?
all leave the keys.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, innit? Yeah, I don't have anything like that, like in this house, really. Like, I've got the pictures up here, as you can see. There's still a fucking Santa on there from fucking Christmas. And to be fair, that has been a thing. I'll look up there now and again and I'll go, oh, that stands up there, and I could just stand up and do it. And I go, no, let's leave that. And that
Yeah.
is something that I've just purposely left. But yeah, there'll be things about the house that I'll miss, even though it ain't like the greatest. But you do just miss the simpler times. Like even when I just said I lived at Joe's and I just a 1 bedroom, like not even a whole house to myself. Like I sometimes like, I miss like how simple and nice my setup was there. Even though I've got an office perfectly how I sort of want it,
Yeah.
I do miss like the simple things about stuff sometimes. So
When I get to my parents and I get a little peek at my old room, and I think, oh man, I used to have the TV there, my desk there, my bed was there. Like I played fucking thousands of hours of games, like Fortnite and shit there, and like in that setup, I do miss it. But I don't know how emotional this one will be moving out because we've been there 7 years and we fucking got married there, like had a kid there, had our first fucking
you started your adult life there, really, didn't you?
yeah. We had our cat there like to begin with when he was just a tiny kitten. So there is gonna be shit, but I don't know if it'll be like a sitcom where it's like just some echoes of memories, like like little fucking oh. Blah,
I
blah,
don't
blah.
really feel it feels that way for
But
me.
I think what happens is when it's empty, because it feels like when it when you realise it's empty and then it's just anybody's, it takes it away. It kind of strips your memories out of it. So it's like, man, we had so many happy memories here. Now it's just a blank
Yeah,
canvas.
yeah. I have a hard time of like visualizing potentially if I like even when I moved into this house and I come in here, I was like, I don't really like the look of it. But like now it's like quite a nice, cozy setup and stuff. But it was Stacey. It was like, no, you got to think of the potential. Like it was quite dungy. The walls weren't painted and the carpet was a bit shit. And it's like I struggle to see the potential. And so I can see things that I like. Oh, I like the layout of that.
Yeah,
But like yeah, I'll struggle to see things. So if something, if we move out of here and everything's stripped out, like I said, the memories are gone then because I can't visualize what I enjoyed there in a way. Um, but yeah, I have no problem sort of moving. Like I said, there'll be aspects of here that I'll miss at some point. Like, oh, I remember when we had that. That was quite cute, whatever.
yeah.
But
Or like, remember when you fucking spilt your drink there, or like fell over or something, or do you remember when we had it laid out like that and this happened? It's weird, but you do just fucking move on and make memories in a new place.
it's like moving from like a job. Like you can miss the people that you work with, or and have like stories like, oh, I remember when you did that at work or whatever, and then you just get to it. You think, oh man, I'm gonna leave this behind, and like, oh, I miss aspects of that job, but then you just get rid of a job, don't you? You know what I mean?
Amy will cry.
Think you will?
No, I don't think so. I think when it's empty, it's gonna be. I don't know. It kind of puts a time scale on it for me. Like, fuck, I've been here 7 years. Like, time is passing quick when you think about it.
Yeah, 7 years, man.
Yeah. But it'll be nice to be in a new house and have all the fucking niceties of moving somewhere.
A house as well from an apartment. That'll be a nice upgrade, man.
Yeah, big time.
I need it with a kid that's got to feel cramped out in an apartment.
Yeah, it's all on one level. Like when he's in his room playing with his toys, he's just there. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't quiet upstairs.
Yeah, and just to have a garden to play in. Man, last night I was in the garden, like 3 in the morning, setting all like this podcast stuff what we're doing now, and I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. I'd look up and I'd see like loads of flashes. I was like, fucking meteorites. And then I'd literally like every time I'd look up at the sky, I'd see like 5 following each other and shit. And it was like so fucking active last night. And like moments later, I was like, man, I'm glad I've got a garden.
Yeah.
Especially because I've just got a big patio door there that I could just step into it sort of any time and just be like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate having a garden. So
That's what I want, man, because I can just play with Max so much. Because, like, going out at the minutes, it's just a bit of effort, man, because it's like down the stairs onto the car park. There's like fucking 10 potential people that could just come and chat to you. But if you can just go out the back, you're just fucking chilling. You ain't got to go out then. You can
your
just,
neighbours chat to you for ages as well, don't they, man?
yeah. And you, like, in a house, you got one, maybe two. But there's like 8 other people that could just be coming out the door, and you're like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, there is obviously pros and cons to it all, but yeah, like having a garden and stuff, it is always nice.
Sometimes I just fucking, I get to go out the front door and I go, and I hear someone else's front door open, and I'll just go, fuck's sake. I just fucking shut the
Because
door.
you can't be
Like,
asked to just chat with
yeah.
them, or have the awkward moment you're walking down the stairs at the same
Yeah.
time, like, you're right,
I'll
yeah.
just through the peephole, I'll just watch them go past down the stairs. But
Yeah.
if you got the audacity to try and speak to me when I've got my AirPods in, fuck you.
I agree with
I'll
that.
put him in to blank you out, man. Don't make me take him out and pause my shit. Like,
Some people have told me, I think maybe even you said it to me in the past, that like, I'll just do it when I'm in a taxi.
yeah.
And people are like, I don't know, you can just do that, man. But I'm
But
like,
you'd be
fuck
on the
'em.
phone.
Yeah.
You'd be in calls and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, fuck 'em. I'm not there to socialise. You're there to drop me at a place. I'm paying you. That's what we're there to do. I mean, I am paying you to be mates.
yeah.
If he wants to address me and talk to me, I ain't going to be rude to him and just like, point at my earphones and be like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When
But
I was
I will chat.
when I was away last week, I had a job interview on Teams, and I went to my car because I was in the fucking sea, like doing a fucking cold plunge like challenge, man. It was freezing, and then I got out, and it was like my interview was at 1:45, and it was 1:20, and I was like, oh fuck. The car was like 15 minutes away for my AirPods, so I was just going up this big high street hill in fucking beach shoes, like dripping shorts, like getting to my car to get my AirPods. And then I got to the car and it was just no 4G, it was just satellite, man. I was like, fuck. I don't want to be late, and like ran down the fucking high street. Just dipped into this coffee shop, like snuck upstairs, didn't order anything. I was in the interview for like 40 minutes and this fucking woman came in, just like, what can we get you, darling? With like a tone of like, you're just fucking sitting in here without buying anything.
While you was in your interview?
Yeah. I just muted it, pointed it away, and went, I'll get some in a minute. Put it back on. And the interview was like an hour. And then I went back down. And the second I came through the door, she was like, what can we get you? She was like, you fucking buying something because you've been sat in here. And I went like, oh, sorry to be cheeky. Like, I'll have a latte just for formalities of using your fucking shop. But I was like, I had a job interview, man. I just had to jump into somewhere with Wi-Fi. And she was like, oh, fair enough. Like, how did it go in there? But she's like, yeah, I don't usually just let people walk in and sit down like without paying.
Yeah. But I understand that if it's your own business, but if you're just like a Mackey's or something, or just like a chain coffee shop, who gives a fuck, man?
Yeah, it was a bit of a chain coffee shop that she just works there.
Yeah, who
Don't be a
cares
hero,
then?
man.
Yeah, fuck off, bitch.
Yeah, it's like people fucking tackling people because they're like stealing from Walmart or something.
Yeah, who gives a
Fucking hell.
fuck? I remember I worked at Sports Direct before, and if you've ever been in a Sports Direct, I don't know if it's still like common practice there now, but people get on high defense about it because they'll say, "Do you want a bag?" And you say like, "No." And then when you're leaving, they have to radio to someone at the front door and say, "Someone's coming through. They don't have a bag," so that you don't try and get stopped. Like, you're trying to fucking escape with that.
Yeah.
So someone has always got to be on the front door to man it, basically.
Yeah.
And they always say like, if someone just texts someone, just let them. It's insured. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
And we had a new assistant manager. Some dude came in, robbed a box of Nikes, dipped. He chased him all down to like by a canal. The guy turned around and stabbed the assistant manager guy with like a syringe, man.
Oh.
And he had to go to obviously hospital and check. And I was like, yeah, worth it, man. Like, just for a pair of trainers, that mean fuck all to you. Like, you could have just injected you with AIDS,
Yeah.
fucking anything. And like, I think he was fine, and nothing ever came of it. But I thought, that's the thing, man. Like that could have been the end of your life. You could have just get Hep C, bang, or whatever. Like,
Yeah, like bro,
Ebola.
you're fucking Sports Direct here, like doing fucking 5 billion turnover a year, and like you're here on fucking 25k. Why are you gonna try and risk your life?
It's all insured.
Yeah. Like when I worked at Weatherspoons, man, like loads of shit would happen there, and people might nick fucking, or like leave the pub with a bottle of wine because they had no license for the alcohol to be on the street. So if someone takes like wine or beer out, the pub can get.
Is it like America where it's illegal to drink on the streets in this country?
It became that a few years ago, I think, I don't know if it's until a certain time, or you just can't do it visibly. Like
Yeah, I
visible
don't
container.
see it happen unless it's like a like a uni place or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it is illegal.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. You couldn't take beer off the premises because of the licensing.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
some people would say, "Can I have a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, whatever?" And then they just sneak out with it. Well, I ain't gonna fucking chase and to just risk my life
Yeah,
just for the sake of the pub. I don't give a fuck.
yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, they might lose their license on your watch, but you ain't lost your life on their watch either. So
Yeah.
fuck them. It's like I was saying to you, just I sort of watched a guy reverse into the back of another dude's car yesterday, and then he just drove off. And I was on Discord to friends and that, and I just explained what's happened. They were like, "Yo, get his number and fucking go and tell the guy." And that I was like, "It ain't my problem."
Yeah.
Like, literally, there's a saying, "Snitches get stitches," man. And they saw me because they drove past. I was like, "Fuck, this dude's here." And I saw them like looking at me. And it was like some white chavvy dude with like his girlfriend in the car. And I just thought, like, he knows what I like as well. And like, he knows I obviously live in that area. Like,
Yeah.
I could go and grass on him, and he thinks, "Oh, it was definitely that dude," and then I'll get my head kicked in for what?
Yeah.
But if I just keep walking, that's what insurance is for.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people can track you down as well so easy. Like fucking I always tell Amy to take Max's like school badge If you put a school picture on, like, take the fucking badge of the school off, because
Yeah, because people can just turn up at the school and just be like, yeah, I'm here for so and so. I'm the uncle.
yeah,
He's out of
go
school then.
yeah. Plus, but obviously they might not know who he is or where the school is or who I am, but I've been recognised before when I was doing that job, and they were like, "Oh, I saw this for sale on Marketplace the other day." So then they've got the car, so then obviously I'm the seller, so they go on my profile, can't track me down anywhere. Go to I'm married to blah blah. Go to my missus, she's married to me. There's a picture of my kid. Got his school badge on. Go and sit outside the school. Wait for them to come out. Follow them home. They got me. You know what I mean? It's easy as fuck.
It is. If you really go, people leave digital footprints everywhere online.
Breadcrumbs bad.
Yeah, it is. It is bad, and like probably way more than you think. Because I don't really post a lot online, and like I don't have. Like, what's weird to me as well, and I wonder if you feel the same sentiment when people just put like where they work, like worked at, and then the exact one, and I just think, why are you putting where you work?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, because now you can't say anything to anybody online.
And then like posting, like some people post like the house and stuff like that, like oh bought a new house with like the thing, and then like 2 weeks later I'll post that you're on holiday, like yep we know where you fucking live, son, we know you
Yeah.
out there.
That's how they fucking did it in Home Alone.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get why people post so much online, man. Like,
Nah, especially if you've ever watched like Rainbolt, that fucking geoguessr guy. He'll know where you live just from the fucking what type of weave your fucking doormat's got. You know
yeah,
what I
because
mean?
like oh that's native to the UK, that's native to this, and
Yeah.
you're like that must be in this area. You're like fucking
It's a
hell.
fucking Polynesian horsehair weave, man. That guy got his doormat from Aldi.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Then he'll
yeah.
find that 900 Aldis in the UK, and he finds your door number's 22, and he'll just match it to like, oh, number 22.
And that's just one motherfucker, and there's plenty of them motherfuckers out there that ain't, you know, in the
Yeah.
public eye.
I think you need to watch him to get some awareness of how fucking easy it is to track you down. And he'll do it from the clouds or a fence, man. If you're posting your fucking house or your work,
Yeah, like that dude where it's like, I bet you can't get my DNA from here, and they'll just like lick a rock, and he'll just be like, and he'll go to like, he'll find exactly where that rock is, and like, got your DNA.
yeah,
Like it's like, man, how did he find that? Yeah, there is crazy people out there that can just do it so easily. That's
I
what I mean.
saw,
I don't get why you post that stuff, man.
yeah, I saw one episode, and they just said, I bet you can't guess where I'm flying to or something. And it was just a picture of a fucking slice of pizza or something, and then like half the back of a seat of a plane and like a bit of shit here. And he was just like, oh, I found this. I found what type of plane this was from the shape of the window and the pattern of this. And I just searched for all the flights on those planes on that day that they posted it on Twitter. Their Twitter profile says that they live in Ontario, so I just look from flights going out from there, and they're like, yeah, they're flying to JFK on flight 7496. Like, you landed at fucking 1632. You're like, yo, bro, a slice of pizza.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, a motivated person can achieve some scary shit if they want to use it for nefarious reasons.
My dad did it once, man. He fucking when Jeremy Clarkson got fired fucking for punching that producer, whatever, from Top
From
Gear.
Top Gear, yeah.
Yeah, he just set up a page on Facebook saying, like, give Jeremy Clarkson his job back or something daft like that. And it amassed like 70k likes or something in like a month. And then he started getting contacted by ad people saying, just post our ad on your thing and we'll pay you per click. And he was making like a couple £100 at a time, like a month or something, just from that. And then this one said, like, post our survey or whatever, and we'll give you like 300 and something. And he did it in the damn payout. But he like went on the profile, hunted the right fucking email address, IP address, found their address, and he was like, "You pay me out what you fucking owe me, or I'll fucking email this to all the clients on your mailing list, and they'll all fucking know." So they paid him. Probably don't pay everyone else, but they paid him.
Yeah, because no one probably had the effort to be like, do that. They probably thought,
No.
fuck it. But that was like, nah, fuck
Yeah.
this. What's weird to me is when people upload like pictures of their like daughter and stuff in like a swimming pool, like topless, or like in a bath and that. Like, man, you don't know who's looking at your profile, man.
That's getting wanked over, man.
Yeah, like you can't just be doing that. Also, how funny was it that I sent you an email that we're like getting fucking big in Kenya? How fucking funny is that, man? That's a real stat too, because I thought that was like
Yeah. Just some spam shit.
yeah, but it's actually like real because obviously then I sent you the analytics and that. But we're like getting like top comedies in like Kenya and stuff.
Shout out to Kenya, man.
Shout out to Kenya.
Shout out to the Kenyans.
Yeah, should we wrap it up here then?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Fuck it. Peace.
Peace.